My 600 Ub Life star Dr. Now has helped hundreds of morbidly obese patients over the years. He's one of TLC's most iconic stars and has worked with the network for 13 seasons. He's known for the tough love he gives his patients, often motivating them to follow his orders. But one story had left many people in awe as Dr. Now goes beyond to save a patient's life. Keep reading to see the discussion. There have been speculations that Dr. Now is heading to retirement. However, the My 600 Ub Life star continues to prove the doubters wrong. He recently attended a convention for surgeons where he tested some of the most advanced technologies in surgery today. This shows how passionate he is about his career at the age of 80. Dr. Now also impressed many fans after uploading a photo of himself last month where he works out at the gym while watching his own show. Some Redditors discussed the moment Dr. Now saved a patient's life. It's no secret that Dr. Now has saved all of his patients' lives. However, the Reddit poster appreciates the My 600 Ub Life star for going beyond to save his patient from season 12, Abby Ruiz. At 728 pounds, Abby was one of Dr. Now's heaviest patients. But it only motivated Dr. Now to save his life. According to the poster, if Dr. Now hadn't brought Abby to the hospital, he would have died in his bed due to his paralysis and infections. Dr. Now also assured that Abby got help from a personal trainer and even got him an orthopedist to help him walk again. Many commenters agree that Dr. Now took extra steps to help Abby during his episode. Agree to Dr. Now went above and beyond to help give this guy his life back. True. I've never seen Dr. Now travel so far to do a house call. A lot of people complain that his wife never visited him in the hospital. It's a show. Cameras aren't there 24/7. I think Dr. Now is great. I've read a few posts recently though, Wes being the last one, saying that he's very uncaring and only in it for the money. So, who knows? Dr. Now appreciates fans due to the continuous success of his show. Recently, the My 600 Ub Life star announced that he's hosting a meet and greet at his office in Houston. According to Dr. Now, the event will be held on March 9, 2025, from 2:00 p.m. to 5:00 p.m. He also revealed that fans will get to receive giveaways, including memorabilia and a signed copy of his book. Dr. Yunan Nozaruddin, affectionately known as Dr. Now, is the unsung hero of the reality series My 600 Ub Life. For years, he has been saving lives, one patient at a time, as he helps those battling severe obesity. But on several occasions, his dedication and medical expertise have transcended his role as a doctor. He has gone above and beyond, pouring more of himself into his patients' lives than many would expect from a medical professional. His unwavering commitment to his patients has made him one of the most beloved figures in reality television, and one particularly touching episode of My 600 Ub Life demonstrated just how far Dr. Now is willing to go in order to save the life of one of his most vulnerable patients. The reality of obesity in America is startling. More than 40% of adults in the U.S. are considered obese, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. And while obesity is a major medical issue that causes numerous complications, its impact goes beyond physical health. For many individuals, extreme obesity becomes a mental and emotional struggle as well. People who reach weight levels where they exceed 500, 600, or even 700 pounds often face a combination of physical, psychological, and emotional hurdles that make it hard for them to break the cycle of overeating and sedentary behavior. Dr. Now is a highly skilled bariatric surgeon who specializes in weight loss surgeries, but his role on My 600 Ub Life is far more than that of a doctor. He is a mentor, a counselor, and, for many patients, a last hope. While the show often documents the medical procedures and weight loss journeys of patients, it also delves into the deeply emotional and personal side of their stories. The struggles, the setbacks, and the emotional battles are just as important as the physical transformation. And through it all, Dr. Now's unflinching commitment to his patients stands out as a beacon of hope. One particularly heart-wrenching story was that of a patient whose journey highlighted just how much Dr. Now was willing to sacrifice in order to save a life. The struggle. Obesity meets desperation. It was the story of a patient named Cheryl, who weighed in at an astounding 704 pounds when she first sought help from Dr. Now. Cheryl's life had spiraled out of control, not only because of her weight, but because of the deep-rooted emotional trauma she had faced throughout her life. Her struggles with weight began in her childhood, where she was subjected to emotional and physical abuse. Food became a comfort, a coping mechanism, a means of filling the void that was left by a traumatic past. Over the years, Cheryl's weight continued to escalate as she sought refuge in food, and by the time she came to Dr. Now, her body was a prison. Cheryl was barely able to move and needed assistance with nearly every aspect of daily life. When Cheryl initially visited Dr. Now, it was clear that she was in a life-threatening condition. Her weight was not just a matter of aesthetics or self-esteem. It was a medical emergency. The constant strain on her heart, lungs, and joints had left her with a range of health issues. Yet, Cheryl's emotional state was just as concerning as her physical one. She was trapped in a cycle of food addiction, emotional distress, and self-sabotage. Dr. Now, as always, didn't sugarcoat the reality of her situation. He told her that if she didn't change her ways, she wouldn't live much longer. But what set Dr. Now apart in this particular case was his patience and compassion. He didn't just tell Cheryl what needed to be done. He walked alongside her every step of the way. He understood that Cheryl's emotional wounds were just as severe as her physical ones, and it would take more than a simple surgery to heal her. She needed guidance, understanding, and accountability. And Dr. Now was determined to provide it. Dr. Now's approach, more than just surgery. Dr. Now's medical expertise was unparalleled, but what made him stand out was his holistic approach to treating patients. He knew that weight loss was not just about the procedure, it was about changing the mindset and addressing the underlying emotional struggles that caused the weight gain in the first place. Dr. Now didn't just offer surgery as a quick fix. He emphasized the importance of psychological counseling, dietary changes, and lifestyle adjustments. He treated the root cause of the problem, not just the symptoms. When Cheryl arrived at his office, Dr. Now immediately put a plan in place. He set her up with a strict weight loss regimen and placed her on a low-calorie diet. He also arranged for her to meet with a therapist to address the deep-seated emotional issues that contributed to her overeating. Cheryl was initially resistant to the idea of therapy, but Dr. Now was persistent. He knew that if she didn't face her emotional trauma, she would never be able to break free from her food addiction. Dr. Now's empathy and encouragement were unwavering throughout Cheryl's journey. He pushed her to confront her past, take responsibility for her actions, and, most importantly, learn to trust herself again. It wasn't always easy. Cheryl often faltered, struggling with feelings of hopelessness and fear. But Dr. Now's commitment to her recovery never wavered. Even when Cheryl wanted to give up, Dr. Now reminded her that her life was worth fighting for, and that he would be there with her every step of the way, going above and beyond. Dr. Now's dedication to Cheryl reached a point where it was clear that he was willing to go above and beyond to help her achieve her goals. While surgery was undoubtedly a significant part of the plan, he made it clear that her emotional well-being had to be addressed as well. In addition to providing her with medical care, he spent time listening to her fears and anxieties. He created a space where she felt safe to express her emotions, something that many of his patients have mentioned was a rarity in their lives. What set Dr. Now apart was his refusal to give up on Cheryl, even when the odds seemed insurmountable. He understood that the journey to losing weight was fraught with setbacks, but he never let her believe that failure was the end. There were many moments when Cheryl was on the verge of quitting, but Dr. Now was always there to remind her of the progress she had made and the future she could have. It wasn't just about losing weight. It was about reclaiming her life. When Cheryl finally underwent the weight loss surgery, Dr. Now's expertise was crucial. The surgery was successful, but it was just one step in a long, ongoing journey. Cheryl's recovery was slow, and her mental and emotional healing took time. But Dr. Now's investment in her life didn't stop after the surgery. He continued to monitor her progress, supporting her through every challenge, offering encouragement and discipline when necessary, and celebrating her victories, no matter how small. A life saved. At the end of Cheryl's journey, the transformation was nothing short of miraculous. Not only had she lost a significant amount of weight, but she had also begun to address the emotional and psychological issues that had kept her in bondage for so long. She was no longer dependent on food to numb her pain. She had gained the tools to face her fears, confront her past, and take control of her future. Dr. Now had not only performed surgery to save her life, but had also been a guiding force in helping Cheryl find her way back to herself. His ability to go above and beyond the call of duty was evident in every step of her recovery. He treated Cheryl with respect, compassion, and the firm belief that she could change. Through his dedication, Cheryl was able to reclaim her life and break free from the cycle of obesity that had kept her trapped for so long. Dr. Now's work on my 600 life is more than just about weight loss surgery, it's about transformation, both physical and emotional. His unwavering commitment to his patients goes beyond medical procedures. It's a testament to the power of compassion, expertise, and a genuine desire to make a difference. Dr. Now truly goes above and beyond to save lives, one patient at a time.